Hi everyone, it's me. I am back on BookTube. Nobody is more surprised than I am. A couple of times over the past few years, in my interactions with Britta Bowler, she has mentioned the possibility, will you ever come back to BookTube? And I don't even know what I said at the time. My brain was somewhere else. I was focused on other things. But now it feels like the right time to come back for a number of reasons. So I do want to make this video short. I know I always used to say that on my old videos. I actually wrote out a script for today that helped me kind of organize my ideas, but at this point, I'm so rusty when it comes to filming videos that I've tried it like 5 or 6 times and it's not working. So I'm just gonna roll with it. Anyway, I'm back on YouTube for a number of reasons. One of the things that I want to mention first off is something that I mentioned in my kind of note on the community page, on the comment. I indicated that at some point I might come back and resurrect the channel for a completely different purpose. And that purpose I mentioned at the time would be as a platform, as a writer, somebody who had written a novel and was going to hopefully publish it someday. Well, I'm not going to use the channel for that purpose exactly, but I do want to warn you in advance that I will probably be posting maybe one video a month in which I talk about writing, talk about the status of my old project, which I'm definitely going to be publishing, self-publishing this spring. Might even do a video on why I made the decision to self-publish, but at any rate, I just wanted you to be aware of that. I think back in the day when I was doing BookTube, I don't think we had the short option, but of course since then, between TikTok and then Instagram Reels, short videos and things like that have become incredibly popular. I personally hate them. Like, I don't really like to watch them. And I'm not really sure how many of you guys are using them. I've only been back watching your videos for a few weeks now. And I've been very quiet. I've been kind of lurking in the background and not leaving very many comments. I've just been doing the anonymous like button. But anyway, I will undoubtedly be doing a few things related to the novel, but I promise I'm not going to do that more than once a month, that I will come up with content for you at least the 3 other, Fridays of the month. And again, I do plan to submit or upload things for a Friday view, which is what I used to do in the past. So I do have other ideas of things that I might be doing in videos. I definitely am not going to be doing TBRs. I mean, not TBRs. I'm definitely not going to be doing book tags because I really never enjoyed them. I feel like book tags work really well for people who read like 100+ books a year. So there may be a tag or two that rolls around that I find interesting that I decide to do, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. But I used to get tagged all the time by people and I always disappointed. I very seldom followed through with those sorts of things. I do plan on doing a video probably next week where I talk a little bit about, some of the books I read last year that I really enjoyed. I won't do like a top 10, but I'll probably do categories. So maybe best historical fiction, best new author, or author that's new to me. I'm going to do a category on best book in a series that I plan to continue with because, again, I'm not a big series person, and I have read a ton of historical novels over the past few years that are books in a series, but I was reading them rather strategically to see whether they would be useful comp titles for me as I pursued literary agents. So anyway, the other thing I'm probably going to do is I'm definitely going to be doing a review sometime within the next few weeks on Jessamine Ward's new novel, which is Let Us Descend. I know probably some of you have read it, have been talking about it, and I just haven't found your videos yet. But I'm a big fan of Jessamine Ward. I have a colleague who is the first ever academic in the US to have published a critical essay in a scholarly journal on Jessamine Ward. It's on her novel Sing Unburied Sing, which I have taught many, many times in intro to literary studies classes. And so I'm probably going to do a video on that, on her work. I'm also really interested in this trend of fiction writers turning to historical fiction. There seem to be quite a lot of them these days. Zadie Smith, the woman who wrote The Matrix, Lauren Groff. I know there's somebody else also, and I think it's quite interesting. Anyway, that's another thing I'm probably going to talk about. I may also talk about some of the novels I've read in recent years with students and some of the ways I've been creating a space for students to read novels in literary survey courses, and how I've linked that to my interest in writing book reviews. So I do have a few things planned over the next, say, 6 or 7 weeks that hopefully will be interesting for you to hear about. If there are other things that you would like me to do, videos you'd like me to make, and it could be anything from a family update. Everyone is well here. My mom is alive and kicking. The pets are aging and starting to get geriatric and slightly, demented. Joe has graduated from high school and he's now a sophomore in college, which, is amazing. But just let me know down below what you'd be interested in. The other thing I wanted to mention too is, does anybody want to read my novel? Arcs. I'm definitely going to be in a position to share arcs. And so if there is someone out here who would like to read it and report on it, or not report on it after you read it and you don't like it, or read it and report on it and give an honest review, I'm more than happy to open myself up to that kind of scrutiny. Anyway, if you're interested in historical fiction that is not romance, that's not, it's not a mystery. It involves politics. It is very character driven. There are some, there's deaths, executions, coups. It's not sexy, but definitely there are some sexual indiscretions. It is largely based on history. I take very few liberties with the story. I've just tried to shape it in a way that I hope will be interesting. Let me know. I'd be happy to get you on a list of people to share an arc with when I finally get to that stage of things. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now because 7.27 minutes, according to my Apple photo booth. Sorry, folks, I'm still incredibly low tech, and I'm sure some things have changed on YouTube. The YouTube Create Suite, whatever it's called, and I hope this video uploads without too much trouble. But anyway, I just thought I'd kind of jump in here. I've been thinking about it for the past 4 or 5 days, and here I am making yet another sort of disorganized, rambly video, but keeping it under 10 minutes for me, as some of you may remember, is quite a big deal. One other thing I wanted to say too is that I realized that some of the channels that I have followed really faithfully over the years have disappeared now, and that undoubtedly there are many, many new channels that I should be aware of. So down below, make book recommendations. Let me know if you want to read my novel. Let me know what other channels I should be watching, and I will just sign off for now and say Happy New Year. I look forward to reconnecting with all of you in 2024.